Just realized I forgot to turn the ceiling fan on here. I like to keep it nice and cool in here, and if the fan isn't spinning, it doesn't work very well. I can do that. Hang on a second. One of the setbacks of live streaming here is that you can't just pause it and take another take at it, right? There we go, much better. Now we're ready. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Get the laptop set right here. And Bite's back again. Anything for kitty treats, right? What are you looking at, huh? You just being a weirdo. Yeah, that's my buddy. It's a quiet live stream so far. No Rhonda, that means you guys are gonna have to pick up the slack. Them's big shoes to fill, aren't they? No, they're actually old glasses. I can't find my current pair. I hope I didn't leave them at work. Hi, Susan. Thanks for all the Amazon wishlist stuff. Those of you who don't know, a couple of weeks ago on the live stream, somebody suggested I need to set up an Amazon wish list. And well, Susan went through the list and sent me a whole bunch of really cool stuff. So I thank her very much for that. Since I've been kind of getting into the train stuff lately, a lot of what I asked for was like little HO model buildings and people and cars and stuff like that. That when I get the train going again next winter, that I'll have some actual buildings to put around the town to make it look like it's an actual little town. And one of the things Susan sent me was this cool little Dairy Queen building. So we're gonna get that built in the next few days here. We might even do a vlog on the building of that. And of course, she sent some kitty treats. I figured, put some kitty treats on there. People like to contribute to the kitty treat fund. So we got that. We got a few other things too. We'll show those as we go along here. Good morning, Kimberly. It's still hot here. Holy cow, is it hot? Yeah, right. Christmas in April, ain't that the truth? Well, that's what I wanted to do, Susan. I wanted to, I didn't want to really put a lot of big ticket things on there. I wanted to, if people wanted to contribute, I wanted, just to make it a bunch of, you know, things that they could do for a reasonable price. In fact, the thing that you asked me to put on that was far and away the most expensive thing there. Um, Susan, a couple of days ago sent me an email says you ought to put an ice cream maker on your Amazon wish list, and she gave a suggestion as the one I did or that I chose, that I should use, and she says if you do that, I'll get it for you. So I said, okay, you know what, ice cream maker, that sounds like fun. I could do some vlogs on that. So she did, and it arrived yesterday. I haven't even unboxed it yet. Hang on, it's heavy. But yeah, we got an ice cream maker here, so we'll be doing some ice cream making vlogs here. I do have an Amazon wish list. It's on. You go to the front page of my YouTube channel, and right there, you get the PayPal, the Patreon, and now there's an Amazon wish list. Right now, it's a bunch of stuff for train stuff. So, we'll go from there. One of the things I also put on there was this little head magnifier thing, which is really cool because I'm really, really blind, especially close up. And so it's really nice. It's got 5 different lens types that you can put on there of varying magnification. This one is, I've used this a few times already. It gets really, really close up and really blows things up. So I've needed one of those for a while, had an old one and it broke. And so I've been meaning to get a new set. And when the idea of putting the Amazon wish list up was suggested, that was one of the things I included. Susan leapt onto that one, so that was a good one. Apparently, she liked the thing so much that she ordered one for herself too. And apparently, they both got delivered here, so we got to fix that. But we're going to get that figured out. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, there's not a whole bunch of kitchen appliances I need right now, but when Susan suggested an ice cream maker, it's like, that might be kind of fun. I've never made ice cream before, and I like ice cream, so what I'll probably do is it'll be like the Instant Pot. I'll experiment with it a couple times, get the feel for it, and then we'll do a vlog, and we'll make some ice cream. But I want to, it's going to be like the Instant Pot. When I first got the Instant Pot, I didn't show the first time I used it. I played with it a couple times to kind of get the feel for it, and then I did a real one. The big question on the Amazon wish list is, how do I figure out what to put on it? And I figured, well, people have been interested in the train, so we'll start with that. And like I said, this thing just kind of came to mind, and I thought that would be useful. And as it turns out, one of the first things I'm going to have to use it for is putting this thing together, because these things, it isn't out of the box, it's ready to go. It's some assembly required. It's like a model, and so it has to be assembled. And so I will definitely use that for that. You're using your Instant Pot right now. I love mine. It's probably one of my favorite, most used kitchen appliances. I mean, the microwave maybe a little bit more, but Instant Pot. I use the Instant Pot more than I use the oven. Way more than I use the oven. 95% of the time when I use the oven, it's for doing a vlog. 50% or more of the time when I use the Instant Pot, it's just for cooking a meal for dinner. Yeah, I think my mom maybe didn't have a hand crank ice cream maker, but had access to one. I do remember we made some ice cream at some point, but I've never had the equipment to do it myself. And I love ice cream. I've been buying Bluebell ice cream quite a bit. I got a couple of gallons of Bluebell ice cream in the freezer right now. So Lynn, you just got to spend more time with it. The Instant Pot, just do real simple things with it until you get comfortable with it. And then you can just go out and buy, Instant Pot recipe books. That's what I did when I got it. Almost immediately, I went on Amazon.com and found a couple of Instant Pot recipe books. And that's where a lot of the Instant Pot recipes that I show you come from. Yeah, I've never even had a crock pot, but there's so many things you can do with the Instant Pot. It blows me away. Any suggestions? I'll show you the couple that I have. Hang on a second. Funny how comfortable I get walking away from the camera. That's a big no-no on live TV, but this isn't live TV, so okay. I got three of them. Let's see. Let's get the camera over here a little bit so I'm better framed up here. So that's the one I have, and I pulled a bunch of recipes off of all of these, by the way. So that's one of the one I have. That's by Lauren Randolph. You can just find that on Amazon.com. Like I said, I wasn't looking for a particular one. I just said, type Instant Pot cookbooks, and that's what I found. I just picked up a couple of them. So the Instant Pot Cookbook, 500 recipes by Jennifer Smith. Like I said, I've used all of these for different recipes on the vlogs. And the Ultimate Instant Pot Cookbook, 800 recipes, and that's by Simon Rush. So it doesn't. You don't have to get these. These have been good. I've got pulled a lot of recipes out of there, but go find one that just looks interesting to you. It might be a daily thing. Yeah, yeah. Tracy's right. There's also you can just look online for them. Yeah, there's varying degrees of this one says quick and easy. So you can just kind of look through them. Every one of them has hundreds of recipes. Some of them are very simple. Yeah, that's been one of my go-to recipes for a long time with salmon. That's done on the grill, but very simple recipe. I modified that one a little bit because I like a little bit more flavor in mine. Yeah, it's a gas grill, propane. I wanted to get natural gas, but they don't have a whole lot of natural gas in Waco. That was one of the things that was on my list. I wanted a gas range in the kitchen and natural gas, but man, there isn't a lot of it here. It's too bad, but that's what you have to deal with sometimes. Yeah, I do miss cooking on gas too. I like gas way better. I've got one of those convection, not convection. What is it? The ones where the surface heats up. It's got glass on top and it heats up underneath. You can't control the heat as well on that. You can't control the heat as well on the coils either. And I don't buy that argument that they're dangerous to have in the house. I had it in the house the entire time I was in California. I never had a problem with it. No, I don't really do any eating diets. I'm not on keto or anything like that. I just think, salmon and asparagus are just, it's a match made in heaven. They go together. Just my thing. I mean, a lot of times, when I cook a meal, it's not even, it's not even a full course meal. It's just one thing. A hamburger or a steak or some chicken or something like that. Every once in a while, I'll cook a veggie because I got the instant pot. I got a lot of veggies in the fridge right now. Some fresh corn. I think I got a little bit more of the asparagus too. And what else do I have? Oh, I got a head of cauliflower. I think I got some broccoli. Just the things I like. All of those things work really well in the instant pot with a steamer basket, though. 3 minutes, high pressure, quick release. You're good to go. It's perfect every time. Guess I've never tried asparagus with an omelet. Yeah, I did see Eric Estrada and Chuck Norris. I tried getting footage of them, but the security guard chased me off. Says, "Oh, you can't do that. You got to pay to do the meet and greet with them." So, you know, I just, whatever. I'm not going to pay $70 or $150 or whatever it was to meet Eric Estrada or Chuck Norris. It ain't worth it to me that much. A lot of times when they get the minor or even major celebrities, they make you pay to get an autograph or something from them. That's just, I don't know. Yeah, has been charging for autographs. Exactly. I mean, I guess it doesn't really surprise me. What has Eric Estrada done since Chips? I guess he was like on a Mexican soap opera. I don't know if he still is, but I mean, that's probably his bread and butter right now is going to Comic Cons and living off of his Chips days. And I don't know if Jordan pays to see his or not, but I can't justify paying 70 or $150 to meet a celebrity to put them on video when I'm only making $5 on the video. I guess I heard that about Eric Estrada for a while. As somebody that doesn't consume any TV at all and hasn't been to the movie in years, um, I'm not even aware of the writer's strike except for the fact they keep talking about it online. I don't know really what the issue is, and frankly, I don't really care. Good morning, Gene. Yeah, you remember I put the video clip in there of how much they cost for an autograph? Yeah, no thanks. Mom's doing good. I guess they get more heat there still. Let's see. Let me read her note here. I saw she sent one. Still hundreds, and then on the temperature, they're hoping it's coming to an end. Almost looks like the same one she sent last week. I guess they went shopping and to dinner with my sister and niece to a real good taco place called Mas Tacos. My sister's back into tutoring, I guess. I guess she works in the library at a local school. I guess she's watching a ball game between the Giants and the Texas Rangers and was disappointed that the Giants lost 9-3. News to me, I don't follow that. She says she's really sad about what's going on in Maui. My parents traveled to Maui to Hawaii a few times, so it's about streaming industry cutting into the residuals to actors. Yeah, okay. You know what? I'm streaming. They maybe need to be knocked down a few pegs anyway. Right now, I've had more screen time than they have in the past 20 years or so. Yeah, maybe. I mean, just with the live streams alone, I've been doing live streams weekly since basically I moved in here. So, I got probably 200 live streams up, and each one of them goes for 2 hours. So, and right in the middle of COVID, you remember I was doing daily live streams, so that adds to it. And I got what more than 900 videos. So yeah, I got a bit of content up there. My friend is on the Big Island, and that hasn't really affected the fires. Haven't really affected him there. I guess there are some fires there, but at least the side of the island it's more newly formed part of the island. You got to remember that the Big Island is the island that's still active volcanically, and so a lot of the kind of east side of the island is still just lava fields. It's just it looks like the surface of Mars. Just black lava as far as the eye can see, and so that doesn't burn very well. But on certain parts of the island, it's very green, especially on the like west side, because that's older island. You got to remember, you Hawaii is an interesting story about volcanism and geology, because what you have, we'll do a little geology lesson here. Uh, you look at the Earth, think of the Earth like an egg. The outer shell of the egg is the part we walk on. That's the crust. It's between 5 and 50 miles thick. Underneath that, the white of the egg is magma. It's lava, basically. It's a liquefied rock, basically, under high pressure and high heat. And then in the center is an iron core. The yolk, like the yolk of the egg, is an iron core. And what ends up happening is if you've ever watched water in a pot when it's boiling, right before it's boiling, you start seeing the little convection currents where the water's coming up, right, rising to the top, and then circling down and going back down. You can see these little currents in the water. Well, the same thing happens with the magma. And there's little areas where there's a huge amount of lava that's coming up from the center of the earth. It hits the underside of the crust and then kind of goes like that, kind of spreads out and goes each way. Well, the one point there where that convection current is hitting the underside of the crust, there's an enormous amount of heat in that one location. They call that a hot spot. And eventually, some of those hot spots burn a hole into the crust, and lava comes out, and that's what forms volcanoes and volcanic islands like Hawaii. And what's interesting is the plate, the Pacific plate, which is everything west of the San Andreas Fault all the way over to Japan. That's called the Pacific plate. The Pacific plate is moving. And so relative to uh, the hot spot is remaining at the same place, but the plate is moving. And so the hot spot burns a hole in the crust, forms an island, and then it moves away, taking the island with it, and then a new island forms, and another new one, and another new one, and another new one. And the big island of Hawaii right now is in the part of the plate right over the hot spot. In fact, it's moving on right now, and so there's actually another Hawaiian island forming that they call Lauihi, that's still thousands of feet beneath the earth, beneath the ocean, and won't pop above the surface of the ocean for, I don't know, tens of thousands of years. But that's kind of how the Hawaiian Islands are formed. And if you look at the Hawaiian Islands, the more west you get, the smaller the islands get. In fact, if you look at a topographical map underneath the ocean, you can see that there's dozens and dozens of Hawaiian islands that have eroded away beneath the surface of the ocean. So I don't know, that's a brief history of how the Hawaiian Islands are formed. And that also explains why the west side of the island is more lava and the east side of the island, or I'm sorry, the east side of the island is more lava and the west side of the island is more green because the west side of the island is older. So I don't know. Sorry, I nerded out a little bit, but hey, I killed like 4 minutes of time. That was good, right? No, I don't think I've ever heard of Taco El Oso. I love good Mexican food. There was a little hole in the wall Mexican place that I used to go to from time to time in Placentia. That was just a little family owned and operated one off in Placentia that had just amazing Mexican food. Yeah, I thought the RoboCop video came out well. I think I did better on that one than I did with the Logan's Run. I lined up the shots better. I did more research of it. I watched the movie the night before I went. I actually put snapshots from the movie on my phone so that I could refer to them when I was shooting the movie or when I was shooting the vlog. Make sure I lined everything up right. Let's see here. To see that's the clip of the police station from the movie, and of course I lined that shot up exactly. That was where Murphy was transferred right after, right at the beginning of the movie, right before he dies, and and that's the scene of the elevator going up to the OCP building that we see RoboCop riding in, and the photo of Murphy's house from the movie. So yeah, that's kind of how I did that. As I just, that way I could make sure I was seeing everything. And and the scene from the where the city manager gets thrown out of the window by RoboCop after he takes the mayor hostage in the building that turned out to be the building that Lee Harvey Oswald was killed in. That blew me away when I found that out, that that was the same building. Yeah, there's the building right there from that I shot that day, I guess. Or maybe not. Maybe that was no, that was something like that. I also went on Street View. That's one of the things I kind of do with with stuff now is I'll go on Street View and make sure I can line up exactly where it is, so I know exactly where to go. So I'm not spending 20 minutes trying to figure out what window was it. I had that worked out almost immediately. Do I plan to go any haunts and vlog them? I went to when I went to the uh, Comic Con last week. Um, I met with John Guthrie, the guy who runs Silo to Scream, and basically told him that I didn't think I was going to be able to do a whole lot of the haunts this year. But he said he still wants me to come in and maybe do another video for him. So we may do that. I told him I'll probably come in, as a customer this time, as opposed to working it. But I had a lot of fun doing it. But it's just, with the job, I can't necessarily do it anymore. And a lot of times the problems you run into with some of the haunts is they don't want you filming inside. I talked to John about that actually. He says he doesn't have a problem with me filming inside because he knows that I'll get good video and I'll cut it together and it'll make it look nice. He says the big reason he doesn't want people filming inside his haunts is because the video makes the haunt look cheesy and all that, and it's not cut together well. It looks cheap and all that. But basically, he's giving me free rein to walk through there with a camera. So he also knows that I clear the video with him before I do anything with it, because sometimes there's new things that he's put in there he doesn't want people to see until they're actually in there. And I get that. Yeah, Mexican food is probably one of my favorite ethnic foods, that and Italian food. Robocop was a great movie. I mean, it was one of my favorite movies of the 80s. But I agree with you, the sequels didn't live up to it. I don't think I even saw the third one. Would I give up my job to work silo full time? No. First off, that isn't a full time job. It's 1 month a year, but he's already over there kind of setting up for this year. So John spends an enormous amount of time. One of the things when I did that interview with him last year, um, he told me that yeah, usually they start working around July or something like that and start setting up. No, no, even if I got enough money, I mean, it's the job I'm at now is far better suited for me. For one thing, it's air conditioned. That's one of the things about Silo of Screams is it's not air conditioned, and so you know even in October, it's still really really hot in there. There's no air conditioning during the day, and at night it's still 90 degrees in that place. So I prefer air conditioning. I'm just funny that way. That was that was really my one criteria for this job. It had to be indoors. When I found the job in Texas here, no more outdoor jobs. It's too hot in the summer. It's too cold in the winter. I'm just not as tolerant of the heat as I used to be. And I mean, the heat is more extreme here. It was sort of nice being in California, working outside doing parades because the weather was generally a little nicer there. I got the ice cream maker on the chair here, and Bite doesn't feel welcome at this point. So I'm gonna shuffle stuff around. Maybe we can get him to come visit us here. All right, Bite, you can come and visit. I got kitty treats. Used to live in Oakley, California. I know the area. No AC. Yeah, no way. Is there a haunted mansion plantation near you? Will you vlog? If I found a cool place that would let me in there to vlog, I know one of the times Jordan was here, he was considering going and visiting the Munsters house. There's a somebody built a Munsters house, probably about 50 miles from here, and he was talking about vlogging that, but I don't think they'll let you vlog inside. And it's not one of those things I would do because, you know, that's Jordan's vlog. If he wants to do it, he gets to do that one. What flavor ice cream would I make? I don't know. I'll have to experiment with a little bit, you know, but I like chocolate. I like vanilla. I have some, I like mint chocolate chip, which is, you know, I buy a lot of that from Bluebell. And if I could figure out how to do that, I'd probably do that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if there's recipes in here in this ice cream maker to show me how to do that. Otherwise, I'll have to look online. It's a Cuisinart brand, so you know, I would have guessed that probably I could find recipes in the online on the Cuisinart website. Yeah, I would bet there are recipes too. You want me to open it? Okay, let's open it. Take a look at it. We're gonna unbox this thing on the live stream here. And I had Mike sitting here, and now he's gone again. I gotta get a little opening blade here. I got an exacto blade here. Yes, I do. All right. Let's unbox this thing, see what we got. I'm gonna leave the camera backed up a little bit here. Get a little bit of a wider shot. Put that thing out of the way because I have a horrible habit of impaling myself with things like that. Oh man, it's a box in a box. It's like one of those nested dolls here. Okay. Something for Bite to play with here. All right, so there's the box. Let's open this thing up, see what we got here. For those of you checked in late, this was on my Amazon wish list from our friend Susan Flanagan. So thank you, Susan. Let's see, this is the directions. Are there any recipes in here? Yeah, there are some recipes in here. Simple vanilla ice cream, fresh strawberry ice cream, simple chocolate ice cream, pumpkin pie recipe ice cream, peanut butter cup, coffee butter almond, chocolate mint ice cream. There we go. There's my chocolate mint. Pistachio, vanilla bean, dark chocolate, creamy butter pecan, green tea. Okay, this is gelato. So this isn't ice cream anymore. Red raspberry gelato, blueberry, mango, green tea, frozen yogurt. So vanilla frozen yogurt, very berry frozen yogurt, coffee latte frozen yogurt, chocolate cherry sorbet. There's a lemon sorbet, a cranberry sorbet, cantaloupe. Okay, we probably won't do cantaloupe. I'm not a cantaloupe fan. Dark chocolate, that sounds good. Sweet dark cherry sorbet. I guess it does drinks too. Raspberry Ritas, slushies, brown cow slushy. That doesn't sound very appetizing, but maybe it's better than it sounds. Okay, so yeah, there's recipes in there. It comes with a little book. It's right there on top, and that's the directions and the recipe book. Let's see what else we got here. The topper. Pull that out of the way. Okay. Yeah, we're getting just down to the bits and pieces now. I guess that's the bucket that the ice cream is made. Let's see. I need more room here. Let's What is this? What is it they said in Jaws? I'm going to need a bigger boat. I'm going to need a bigger couch. A little styrofoam, a little more styrofoam, and then this is the big part here. And so that's the ice cream maker part. The brains of the operation here. And there's the power cord. If I was wondering if there was a power cord with it, there is. So that's that. Let's see. And I'm guessing that this piece here goes in there. And I don't know what this is. This must be the stirring piece. Yeah, that's clearly the mixing piece. So I don't know how that spins, but I'm sure maybe it's magnetic. I don't know. That goes in there. And then this is the top. Another styrofoam piece. They're doing their best to protect it here so it doesn't get broken. And I guess that goes on the top. And I guess you just put your ingredients in there. We'll have to see how that works, but that's the final product right there. Fully automatic, makes 2 quarts in as little as 25 minutes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. We'll play around with that, maybe even a little bit today, but we're gonna, I'll hold off on doing a video on it until I actually know what I'm doing. Hey, there's Jeff. We were just wondering where Jeff was here. Is Tracy checking out? Thanks for stopping in, Tracy. Good to see you. Yeah, that's a droid. Yeah, we always catch Jeff between church and lunch. What are you having for lunch today, Jeff? It's kind of a nice little package too. It's nice that it isn't outrageously big because that means it'll be easy to put away. Ice cream making droid, yes, absolutely. Jeff's having chicken. That sounds good. I like chicken. Can't go wrong with chicken. But we're not going to make chicken ice cream. That sounds kind of weird. Just not my thing, if you will, if you catch my drift. Chicken and ice cream sounds okay. Chicken in ice cream does not. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing how that works. Let's actually peruse one of the simple recipes here. What they do is they have the manual in 2 different languages. So the first half of the book is in English. I guess the second half is in Spanish or something. Okay, let's see. This is just simple vanilla ice cream. 1.5 cups whole milk, 1.5 cups granulated sugar, 3 cups heavy cream, 1.5 tablespoons of vanilla extract. Let's see, the printing is really small, so let's use my little magnifying lens here so I can see what's going on here. I look like a real dork now, don't I? Let's see. Okay, in a medium mixing bowl, use a hand mixer on low speed to combine the milk, granulated sugar until the sugar is dissolved, about 1 to 2 minutes. Stir in the heavy cream and vanilla. Turn the machine on, pour the mixture into the freezer bowl. Let mix until thickened, 20-25 minutes. The ice cream will have a soft, creamy texture. If a firmer consistency is desired, transfer the ice cream to an airtight container and place in freezer for about 2 hours. Remove from freezer 15 minutes before use. That seems pretty simple. Let's look at the strawberry one here. 3 cups fresh strawberries, stemmed and sliced. 4 tablespoons squeezed lemon juice. 1.5 cups sugar. 1.5 cups whole milk. 2 3/4 cups heavy cream and vanilla extract. That looks pretty tasty. I'm definitely looking forward to that. That's gonna be fun. Thank you, Susan. That's gonna be a great thing. Yeah, garlic ice cream doesn't sound that appealing either. Sassafras ice cream? I don't know. I don't know. I've never had sassafras. Jeff mentioned me in a church today, huh? Yeah, I've been through the Dr. Pepper Museum. If you ever come to Waco, Jeff, I'll take you to the Dr. Pepper Museum. Good morning, Breck. Gilroy. That's where they have the garlic festival. I might do a garlic festival if somebody did that. I look like a surgeon with a headgear. Yeah, I guess that's the kind of stuff you'd use for micro work. Like I said, it's going to come in handy when I'm working on this thing, but I have a lot of like projects that I have to get really close up to, and the glasses just don't provide the magnification I need. So I really appreciate the headgear too. Like I said, it's really cool because it's got all these different lenses that I can use. It's 5 different lenses. This one's like real Coke bottle stuff. Yep. And it seems like it's really well built too, so it should last a while. That was the problem with the other one I had, is they were kind of cheap, and so you drop it once and that's the end. Yeah, it's been 100 here for the last I don't know, 3 or 4 weeks. Another hot summer in Waco. Yeah, it'd be fun to meet you, Jeff. Friend of you sent you a vintage paint by numbers painting kit. It's beautiful, but you can barely see the numbers. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of that way too. Yeah, this thing will come in really handy with you. Like I said, I like the fact that it has 5 different magnifiers that you can just interchange. See, they just pop off. You just take one, pop the next one on. And I don't have batteries in it, but there's a little light in the front too that apparently goes 2 different colors, kind of a warm light and a soft white or something. So looking forward to that too. That thing just comes off. I just haven't put batteries in it yet. Like I said, that arrived a couple days ago. The stuff arrived in two different things. You got the kitty treats and the light, or, and the headgear. She sent some kitty treats too for bite and nibble. We still got some of the old ones, so we'll use those up first. But yeah, I'm Doc Brown, definitely. That's me. Remember the T-shirt that I did last year? The "That's Not How It's Done" T-shirt. That was uh, that was definitely inspired by Back to the Future. Follow up the silos. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be better because the silos are mostly outside. So you definitely want to hit there when it's a little cooler. I mean, yeah, the shops are all indoors, but and there's a lot of AC in there, but going from shop to shop to shop, it's all outdoors. I guess I've been there in the summer and I've been there around Christmas. Christmas is the time to go check that place out. It's beautifully decorated. My mom's doing good. She's still doing fine at home, which is good. She's been out of the rehab now for about a month or so, and she was concerned that she was going to have problems getting around and all that because she'd been off her feet for a couple months. But I guess she's doing all right. Dealing with the heat, it's hot there too. But I guess she went out and got tacos with my sister and my niece, and she's doing good. So doesn't like the heat though any more than we do. Okay, let's get the ice cream maker over here. Maybe we can get Coke's Bite over here again. Come on, Bite. Yeah, there he is. Ice cream maker actually seems pretty simple. It's on off. Looking forward to trying that. The squirrel thing did actually work. I haven't been feeding it, putting much in it because the truth is the squirrel drained that thing in about 3 days, and the cats aren't as interested in it as I thought they might be. So I don't know. We may move that one to the back. Sometimes it's hit and miss. Whether it works or not. And I was hoping the cats would be more entertained by it. Okay, have a good lunch, Jeff. Hope to see you later. Got so much stuff out here right now. It's crazy. Come on, Bite. I know there's all sorts of strange stuff here. Hey, Elvis is in the house. Yeah, I think there are a couple of coffee ice cream recipes here. Let's see. Coffee butter almond. Coffee latte frozen yogurt. See, I would bet a lot of this stuff I could, I could just mix and match on recipes. I think once I make a few of these basic things, I'll be able to kind of experiment and change it, myself and turn it into what I want. 375 to cremate a cat, that's a lot. And I just throw it in the potbelly stove in the back. Same thing, just the cost of the lumber. Yeah, I think there's a peanut butter ice cream in there too, or like a peanut butter cup, like a Reese's peanut butter cup type thing. But I suspect once I kind of get the basics of it, of making some of the simple things, then I'll be able to experiment and try different things. Have a new ice cream parlor theme. Yeah, maybe. Ice cream cones. Yeah, I'll have to go maybe buy some cones. You're right. Oh, that's definitely going to happen, Darth. That was what Susan suggested. For those of you who don't know, this I kind of explained the whole thing at the beginning here. A couple weeks ago, we were somebody mentioned on the live stream that I should set up an Amazon wish list, and I did. And a few days ago, Susan sent me a email saying, "Hey, you should put this ice cream maker on your Amazon wish list. If you do, I'll send it to you." And so I said, "Okay, we'll try that. I wouldn't mind having trying ice cream. It'd be good to make some good vlogs." So it arrived yesterday, and we unboxed it just a few minutes ago, and we are going to do some ice cream vlogs in the future. I want to play around with it, kind of get the feel for it first. So, if there's stupid mistakes I make, I don't make them on camera. That's no fun. But, if it works out, and it seems I kind of read a couple of the recipes that came in the manual here, and it seems pretty simple. It seems pretty basic. You just mix the ingredients together, put them in the thing, turn it on, and let it run for 20 minutes, and it's good to go. Yeah, I'm doing the videos at a different time. That was advice I got from Jordan about a week ago. He uh, he knew I was going to do the RoboCop vlog because I told him beforehand. He thought, yeah, that's a great idea. You should do that one. And so I told him the day, the night before I went that I'm going to go do the RoboCop vlog, and so the day that one went live, he replied back. He thought he liked that one. He even promoted it on his own channel. And he sent me a text message later on in the day saying, if you really want to get more views, you ought to have your videos go live earlier in the day. Because apparently, the way YouTube's algorithms work is they judge the success of a video based on the first 12 hours that it's posted. And when I put my videos up at 8 o'clock at night, most people, the first 12 hours, most people are sleeping. So he suggested putting them up at noon, and we'll see, what happens here. I mean, his logic, it made perfect sense that would be a good idea to do it. If that's true about the algorithms, and who's going to know better than Jordan? Jordan's kind of the king at manipulating those algorithms. So, I know that he's the one with the experience, and if he gives me advice, it's usually I usually take it pretty seriously. And so that was good advice. And I started putting them up at noon, but they will be on the same days. It's just going to go up 8 hours earlier. That's true, Susan. Mistakes are where the learning takes place. You learn more from your failures than from your successes. Yeah, exactly. You have to trust Jordan on that because he has turned his channel into a very successful little venture. I don't think he ever imagined being in the state he is right now. I mean, for the first time that I've known him, he's making good money. He's happy. He loves what he does. That's they say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Jordan is living that dream. I'm very happy for him. No, I haven't been on a boat in the lake or the river yet. Well, and that'll happen, Susan. Once I'm comfortable with the basic process of it, I'll be more willing to experiment and see what happens. I know that happens on the Instant Pot. A lot of the recipes now, I have enough confidence in the Instant Pot that when I'm willing to try something just to see if it works, just based on the experience I have. And when I'm more comfortable with this thing, I have no doubt it'll be the same. I haven't heard how the fires in Hawaii started. There generally isn't a lot of like lightning strikes or stuff like that. So I don't know. It might have been, just somebody was careless with a campfire or a lit cigarette, or it might have been a transformer or power line. You never know. No, my friend lives on the Big Island. Most of them are in and around Maui, which I think, and Maui isn't that on Oahu? I don't know. Let's look here. Maps, there it is. There's Hawaii. And let's see, where is Maui? Okay, Maui. I guess that's the island. I guess the island is called Maui. Well, Maui was a city, not. So it's the island one over from the Big Island where my friend lives. Hawaii is a beautiful place, so it's a shame that place is on fire. Hello, Lacaros. Sorry, I gotta pronounce that wrong. I think I may still be pronouncing it wrong. Sorry. Yeah, my videos are coming up 8 hours earlier now. That was some advice Jordan gave me. He suggested doing that because apparently the way YouTube pushes videos based on how successful a video is in the first 12 hours after it's posted. And since I post mine at night, most people are sleeping, and he thinks that might be hurting my numbers. So he suggested posting earlier, and you know what? I'll do that. That's good advice. It doesn't hurt to do that. It's going to be the same days. It's just going to post 8 hours earlier. Been in the pool, not today, but I was in the pool a little bit last night. It was nice last night. Sometimes I go out and take a walk and then come home and cool off in the pool, but I just went right into the pool last night. It was really nice. I love having the pool. The heat is really taking its toll on the pool, though. I have to fill it up every week. What is the blue bag? There isn't a blue bag. You talking about this? That's the only thing I see that could be considered a bag. Or are you talking about this? This thing. This isn't actually a bag. It's a little thing of kitty treats for the cats. Something that our viewer friend Susan Flanagan sent. I have a new Amazon wish list, and Susan sent a bunch of things to me the last couple days, including this very cool ice cream maker. So we're going to do some ice cream vlog at some point here. That's going to be fun. Oh yeah, still working the crazy hours, and there's no reason to believe that's gonna stop. If anything, it's just gonna get worse. Am I thinking of a deck? I've thought about it for a while, but it's right now still in the very distant planning stages. I mean, it would be fun to build a platform. I assume by the deck you mean around the pool. It would be cool to have something like that. I've been to SeaWorld a bunch of times in California. Never been to the one in Texas though. SeaWorld was fun. People are planting a grass that normally doesn't normally grow in Hawaii, but it grows quick and burns. Yeah, that could be it. I mean, I don't think it's just because of people's lawns are catching on fire, but I'm sure that doesn't. I'm sure it doesn't help matters any. Nothing really to report on the vegetable garden. I don't know if the broccoli or the Brussels sprouts are going to produce anything. The plants don't seem to be doing very well. The pepper plants are doing really great, but they haven't produced a whole lot yet. And that one little rogue tomato plant is still going to town. So hopefully we'll get some tomatoes out of that this year. That'd be nice. Nothing yet though. I did get like one or two or three jalapeno, or I think there were serrano peppers off of one of the plants. Uh, but so far it hasn't done a whole lot. The pepper plants though, and the tomato is doing, our plants are doing, our tomato plant is doing very well. Yeah, I've seen the possum a few times. He seems to be hanging out in the yard. LA is your initials. Okay. So what's the significance of Caleros? Maybe if I knew Spanish, that would make more sense. Yeah, I think it did. It kind of surprised me that the possum didn't go for the cave because and maybe it's different. I used to have possums in my house in California all the time, and I'd catch them live and relocate them. And my experience was they tended to go for something that they could crawl into and hide. And so that was how I'd catch them. Is I know that they tend to be like rats when they're traveling. They'll walk along the wall. So what I'd do is I'd lay a trash can on its side and chase them, right up against a block wall or the wall of the house or something like that. And I'd chase them, and they'd run right into the trash can. Then you just tip the trash can up, and you got them. Yeah, we'll revisit the kitchen cabinets at some point, but I'm over that for a while. I'm going to live with what's there. I still don't really like them, but I don't know. Though the whole thing last year just kind of burned me out on them. He's a football player, plays for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Okay, your real first name is Lorna. Okay, I'll try and remember that. Am I pronouncing it right when I say Caleros? You mean the Cottonland Castle? I've been to it. I've never been inside of it. I hear now that Chip and Joanna have finished doing what they're doing it, and they're actually selling it now. No, they'll hiss at you, and they'll bare their teeth at you too. They are not happy when they get caught. So it is okay. I'm pronouncing it right. It's Caleros. Okay, I'm going to try and remember Lorna though. If I forget, remind me a couple times, okay? Because yeah, I like to you know I don't like to mispronounce people's names. Sometimes if I look at it and I'm not sure how it's pronounced, I just won't even say anything. Am I tired of the hot weather days? What I like about the hot weather days, it makes nice warm pool weather. And so the pool, some people may not like the water as warm as it is in the pool. It's about 88 right now, but if you're not in there, swimming back and forth, or if you're just in there to soak, it's perfect. So I love the pool. It's nice and warm right now. You can hop into it. It's not even a shock to your body when you get in there. It's just perfect. So no, I don't really hate the weather yet. It's making the water warm. Movie location near me. I don't know. I guess there's a lot of movies that have been filmed in Texas. People are saying, "Oh, you got to go do more filming locations." Like the problem with it is it has to be a movie that I'm into. It's not going to be a good vlog of a movie that I'm not into, that I've never even seen, because I'm not going to know what to look up. And while there are some movies um, that I do like, there aren't a whole lot of movies that I like that were done in Texas. But I'm a huge fan of Logan's Run, and I'm a huge fan of RoboCop. There's another one that I'm planning that was shot in Austin. I'm going to hit that at some point that I'm a huge fan of. But a lot of the movies I think that were shot in Texas are more Texas themed movies, and or westerns or stuff like that. And I'm not that into westerns. Yeah, I didn't know RoboCop was filmed in Texas either until I actually looked it up. I think I Googled movies filmed in Texas, and it said RoboCop. I said, "Wait, RoboCop?" Because it's set in Detroit. But yeah, a lot of it was shot in Texas. I actually just found. I think I just Googled RoboCop filming locations, and found a lot of that. That way. And like I said, the when I went to the one where the scene was shot where the city councilman took over took the mayor and other city council members hostage, and Robocop goes in and throws them out the window. When I saw the address for that, it's like, wait, I know that address, and I looked at the building. It's like, oh my gosh, that's the building that Lee Harvey Oswald was shot in. So it's funny. I've been to Dallas like 3 times, uh, to shoot vlogs, and two of them were at the same location for two different reasons. Well, I think filming locations are interesting if you like the movie because it's fun to see that. It was fun to go to those locations. It was fun to see the elevator that RoboCop rides up to the executive suites in the in the OCP building. It was fun to see the Dallas City Hall, which is where the bottom of the OCP building was. It was fun to find that building where Murphy first started off when he got transferred into the new precinct at the beginning of the movie. Adam Lou did cousin Eddie's house in the vacation movie and was chased away by a crazy guy that lives there. That's awesome. That's a great story. That's almost better than the vlog itself. I've thought about doing a live stream in the pool. Carport might actually be a good option for covering the pool, but I don't know. I like having the sun hit the water, bring the cats in the pool. Yeah, that wouldn't be a problem. That would work out just well, just really well. I can't see any issues with having the cats in the pool. Just don't drop the computer in the pool. Ain't that the truth? All right, one glass down, one to go here. I don't think there'd be any risk of dropping the computer in the pool. The computer would be next to the pool. Vodka ice cream. There you go. Now you're talking. I don't know. The thing I think that you'd have a problem with vodka ice cream is that vodka doesn't freeze. That's why I keep a bottle of it in the freezer. Well, it does freeze, but I guess it freezes at a much lower temperature. The high octane liquors tend to not freeze, at least not easily. Yeah, Jordan did a Texas Chainsaw one, and that was good. I was happy to be a part of that. That was part of when we when we traveled here from California. That was one of the things we visited, and I mean it was the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Um, I never was into any of the sequels. It's the original is great, and we did the cemetery at the beginning of the movie. Jordan found that grave that's in the background at the beginning of the movie. That was really fun to be there. Um, and we did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre house that Leatherface and his family lived in, and that was a restaurant. We had lunch there, and then of course we visited the gas station, which is now a barbecue place. We've been there a couple times because it's got great barbecue. If you ever get a chance, go to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre barbecue house. Let's see, do I have I think I even got a picture of myself outside that. See if I can find that quickly here. Let's see here. There we go. Not that one. That was a composite image. This one. Flip it around here. Yeah, that's me in front of the garage that was the from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. So that was really cool. Great barbecue. If you ever get a chance, go there. And then come on. And then that's me in front of the house where Leatherface and his entire family lived. So that was really cool. It was fun to be there. And let's see. Oh, come on, knock it off. Let's see. Do I have any pictures of myself in the cemetery? Yeah. Oh no, not that one though. Oh man, I meant to find that photo because I got like this composite photo I made. But the top picture there is the scene from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and that's me at the same location. You can see it's clearly the same place. So yeah, that was a great vlog. I love being a part of that one. That was probably one of my favorite trips with Jordan. Yeah, camping vlog. That would be fun. I don't know. I love going camping and doing stuff like that, but I don't know. Camping is more fun to do when you're going with friends or something like that. Vlogs on my bike. Yeah, I don't have a scooter or a motorcycle, but I do have a bicycle. And I've been thinking about like riding along the river trail and doing a vlog. I'd have to do it like with the GoPro, I think, but I have a chest harness that will, I can fit over, carry it that way. Exploring Western themed towns in my area. There aren't a whole lot that I've been noticing. A lot of the towns, don't really have like a Western theme. That's almost more movie sets type things. I did a garden vlog when I planted the garden. Basically, I planted some broccoli and Brussels sprouts. Neither of those plants are doing really well, but as usual, I'm growing some more jalapeno, habanero, ghost peppers, and that kind of stuff. And those are doing pretty well. Haven't produced a whole lot yet, but hopefully we'll get more as the season goes on. Worst beer I ever drank taste wise. Oh, what was it called? A friend of mine, back when I was still in college, a friend of mine and I wanted to do beer bombs. And so we didn't have a lot of money between the two of us. And I think we found like a 24 pack of beer for like $5 or something like that. It was insane. And that was pretty bad. I mean, for me right now, thinking about it, I don't like Pilsners, so Coors, Budweiser, Miller, they don't really do it for me. They don't have enough flavor. So that's kind of the thing that, right now I like beers with better flavor. So any of the kind of mass produced things, I'm not into Corona. I'm not into Budweiser even before, I wasn't into Budweiser even before it was cool not to be into Budweiser. Gene's checking out for church again. Thanks for stopping in, Gene. Good talking to you. Meet up camping here. Will there be ice cream? I don't know. I'd have to figure out some way to power the ice cream maker from the car. No, I didn't grow any okra this year. I had a really great okra crop last year. I got so much okra that I didn't know what to do with it. And it turns out it was fun to do, but I'm not enough of an okra fan to make it worth the trouble of, having to figure out what to do with it. I still have okra from last year in the freezer. Yeah, I'm with you, Kimberly. I love IPAs. Didn't really learn a whole lot of survival skills. I mean, I know how to build a campfire, and basically it would just be a lot of this is how you set up a tent. This is how and I've got a little propane grill thing and a lantern and all the stuff you'd need. But I would be far from roughing it. As long as it's cold and wet, you'll drink it, huh? Yeah, I guess because I don't drink beer just to get drunk. Yes, that's a nice side effect, but I like the taste of beer, and it's got to be a good beer. And there's good beers and there's not so good beers. Hello, Mark. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm really kind of enjoying this live stream today. We're kind of all over the place, topic wise. Keeps it interesting. Creedence had its moments. I don't. I wouldn't call myself a CCR fan, but they had a few good songs. I don't think I have any albums of theirs. I don't know. Maybe let me look. It's scary when you have so many CDs you don't know what you have. No, no Creedence. I don't know. I probably have like a movie soundtrack or something that has some Creedence on it. Wasn't Creedence one of the on the uh, Forrest Gump soundtrack? Sounds like it might be. That may be true, Elvis. You only taste the first three. Yeah, I guess the sophisticated or stuffy or something like that. Yeah, I remember when we went to the Oktoberfest. That was fun. I brought my steins with me. I still, Jordan knew I had some steins, and we got those right there, and we brought those with us to the Oktoberfest. And since those are authentic German steins, my parents brought those back when they went to Germany. Um, you know, I had a lot of people coming up to me up to Jordan and I during the festival and saying, "Can we look at your steins?" Yeah, let me go get those. Show you. They aren't all German steins. I think one of them is Swiss, but we intentionally picked two that were authentic German steins. I think it was this one and this one were the two that we brought. Okay, yeah, I think that was yeah. So that was one of the ones we brought, and beautiful artwork on them. It almost looks like the Parthenon, but I think this is the one that I had. Let's see. So yeah, those are look at those. Those are beautiful, aren't they? The only time I ever used them, they've always just kind of been for display. But brought them along with us, and like I said, those are authentic German steins from Germany. I think the third one is also a German stein. Let me go get that one too. And then the fourth one, I think, is from Holland or Switzerland or something like that. Yeah, this one's clearly a German too because it's got Nuremberg on it. Nuremberg is definitely a German. Look at the little guys there holding their steins up along the side there. How awesome is that? So those are pretty cool. I brought so much stuff down here that I'm gonna spend an hour after the live stream putting everything away here. Try to make beer. Yeah, I've thought about that. I would definitely go. Could enjoy trying to make my own beer. That would be another one of those things that I'd have to try it a couple times, kind of perfect the craft before I tried doing it for a vlog. Yeah, Stella has good flavor. That's not a bad beer. Sound of Freedom is supposed to be pretty good. I've been thinking about checking that one out. Yeah, Jordan and I both had beers. Jordan, you're right. Jordan doesn't drink a whole lot, and but we made an exception for that. And I mean, you know me, I like a good beer, so and they had some good German beers there. Are they dated? Yeah, the Steins I think are dated on the bottom here. There are some markings. Got the nice little magnifier lens here. It says made in Germany. Doesn't have a date on it though. Or at least that one doesn't. Let's see the other two here. Yeah, that's just the name of the manufacturer. Designed by Ports Manufacturer Kleiber, and another word I can't read, in Germany. But yeah, so those are authentic German steins. I mean, they aren't ancient. They're, oh, this one's kind of cool. This, I never noticed this before. It says on the bottom, it's a limited edition of 10,000, and this is number 6. How cool is that? I really should look at the bottom of my beer steins from time to time, huh? And it's got a little label here. Official Bierkrug King Original Stein. So that's cool. All right, take off the geek lenses here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a national parks vlog too. Definitely going to hit Yellowstone first. How old are the steins? I don't know. They're probably, I mean, they're not old. They're probably, they were new when my parents got them, but I probably had them for 15, 20 years. Rolling Rock, not really a fan. Iron City, I don't know if I've ever had that. Definitely not a Coors fan. Olympian, not really a fan of that either. I don't know. I'm sure there's got to be an Oktoberfest here. And, I knew it would be fun to do that again because we had a blast at that one that Jordan and I went to a few years ago. What are they made out of? They're made out of clay or porcelain or something like that. It's not plastic. It's definitely not. I mean, this one you can see. It's got a nice glow to it. So they got a nice glossy finish on it. Yeah, I mean they're decently heavy. Definitely not plastic. What is Bite doing? I don't know. Bye. Where are you, buddy? I hear people jumping off shelves back there. Oh, there he is. I guess he was just chilling with his sister. Little something is a tasty beer. I don't know. I've never even heard of that. Electric scooter bike at the Grand Canyon. I don't know. I mean, generally, if I go to a park, I'm going to probably want to walk around just because it's easier to stop and see something if you're just kind of walking and kind of take it all in. As opposed to being on a bike or a vehicle and zipping by it real fast, you're going to miss stuff. Miller killers. You mean the electric bikes? I don't know. If I'm going to do a bike, though, I'm going to do a regular bike. I'm active enough that I don't have to let some machine push me around. I'll leave that for my car. I look like a Harley guy. I don't know. I do need a haircut. I am getting a little bushy, so I'll probably end up doing that this week. I meant to do it last week, and then well, it was my short week, and I can't get haircuts on Sunday because they're closed. I can't get haircuts on Monday because they're closed, and the only day I had was Tuesday, and Tuesday I had other things going on. Just didn't work out, but this is my long weekend, so we'll try and do that on Tuesday or Wednesday of this week, in between making ice cream. I heard of a movie, City of the Living Dead. No, it doesn't surprise me as to buy a new car. He had, he's driven that old other car to death. But he basically drives everywhere now. So any place you see him, he drove there. He used to early on. He used to fly, but now he just packs up the car and he and Jaw take off. I think that's one of the things that he likes about it is that he takes Jaw with him a lot of places now. And that's great for Jaw because Jaw loves Jordan and Jordan loves Jaw, and so they're just great together. I don't know what he bought, and he may not say. He tends to play stuff like that pretty quiet. But I think last time he was here, I um, looked at the odometer. It had like over 200,000 miles on it. So yeah, Jaw's an awesome dog. It wouldn't surprise me. I think also he tended to when he went to the airport, he tended to travel just with what he could put in a backpack, something he could carry on with him. He didn't want to do um, he didn't want to do like suitcases and stuff like that. So that kind of limited him. I think he can bring more stuff if he does the car. 187. Okay, I thought it was 200, but it was a lot. That's a lot for a car. Realized I'm getting behind here on my vodka here. I better. Yeah, he and Scott do seem to get along real well. Come on, by, come visit. You got freaked out by having the ice cream machine taking your seat, didn't you? Oh, there's Nibble too, peering around the corner, so you just see half of her face. Come on up. You haven't been here for the whole live stream, except at the beginning. Moved the ice cream machine in here, and you moved out. He's thinking about it. Yeah, Kimberly says it's treat time, but only if you come up and visit. Come on. See if we can get him to do it here. He's thinking about it. Come on. Yeah, not thinking hard though. Maybe that'll change his mind. There, he's trying. He's a little tripped out. The TV tray is a little too close here. Not giving him enough room to maneuver here. Come on, bite. Don't be a wimp. There we go. All right, you came up and visited. You get treats. That's really the only reason you came up anyway. You don't care about me, do you? No, you just want the treats. One for your sister. Let's see if you can see. Yeah, there's both of them. Get a little bit of nibble action here. Oh, she got Bite's treat because Bite was too slow. Don't see her out here very much on the live streams. That's really the only exercise they get, is chasing the treats. Bite's stealing them all, like the gentleman he is. See, what you got to do is you got to get past Bite. That one went around the corner. She got that one, though. Okay, anyway. Yeah, they're old enough to get their driver's license. I got 16-year-old cats. Can you believe that? They seem to still be pretty active, though. I mean, I guess I think of the life expectancy of a cat like 10 or 12 years, but they're still going strong, so that's a good thing. I like having them here. All right, we're down to our last like 11 minutes here, so if you got any questions that you've been dying to ask and haven't felt the need to ask yet, this is your last chance, or you'll have to wait till next week. Yours was skipped. What happened? What did I miss? I mean, sometimes I go political. I try and keep the politics to a minimum here, but sometimes I go there. I think I do it mainly because there's some people out there who are so political on one side that they don't want to They don't want to even acknowledge or have any contact with somebody that disagrees with them. What's the meaning of life? Oh, no, nothing there. No, that's not a difficult question. You want the answer to the meaning of life, you got to go watch Monty Python's The Meaning of Life. Eat, drink, and be merry. There we go. That's a good meaning of life. It would be fun to go in the Cottonland Castle. I don't know if they're doing tours anymore. That is an ex-parrot. It is deceased. It is pushing up the daisies. I don't know. I think my favorite is still Holy Grail. Now go away or I shall taunt you a second time. Just a flesh wound. All right, we'll call it a draw. Yeah, Life of Brian, that's definitely a great one. I love that one. Mhm. Yeah, he's a lumberjack and he's okay. Yeah. Jumping in the pool, that actually sounds pretty good. Yeah, I like Monty Python. Not necessarily British humor, but Monty Python is great. Oh, sushi, that sounds good too. Can't go wrong with that. You just retyped it. What did you just retype? I'm looking here. I don't see anything retyped. Is there a new sushi place in Waco that I don't know of? I haven't done a sushi vlog, have I? Oh yeah, I've heard about the stuff that they're putting along the Rio Grande to keep people from crossing. People say it's cruel to do that because it's going to force people to drown. Well, don't cross the river and you won't drown. This is our country. We have a right to control our borders. I mean, it isn't just innocent men, women, and children that are looking for a better life. It's drug dealers. There's human smuggling. There's all that stuff going on. It's a tragedy. It's fentanyl. When I visited California last year to visit my mom, I also visited some friends, and one of them, his son, died of a fentanyl overdose about 6 months earlier. That's just one story of thousands and thousands. You have to roll with it. Yeah, right. I love the fact that Greg Abbott is busing illegals to sanctuary cities. That's awesome. Just one of the many reasons why I love this place. DeSantis is doing that too, and that's great too. Yeah, I'm with you, Deborah. It's our country. We get to control who comes in here. I hear they've been shipping them to Los Angeles now. Fortunately, I'm far enough away from the border that it doesn't really affect me that much. I'm not that aware of it, but it doesn't mean that it's cool that people are dying of fentanyl overdoses. And that's two things. That's the smugglers bringing it in from south of the border, but that's also China creating it. There's two problems there. I still think we need to really crack down on China, for no other reason than just because of the coronavirus. I mean, think about it. Something that was created in China murdered a million Americans, more than a million Americans. Remember how we reacted when 3,000 people died on September 11th? Yeah, Benny Hill was awesome too. I liked him a lot. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's not chemical warfare there. It's germ warfare. I mean, if China had attacked us and murdered a million Americans, in a physical attack, we would react way different. I don't remember one of the creators of Frasier dying on 9/11, but it doesn't surprise me. A lot of people did. Yeah, yeah. Those balloons should have been shot down before they even hit the continent, before they hit the coast. I mean, that one that flew over the United States and then they shot it down over the ocean. They knew that was coming from Hawaii. I'm going to pass Hawaii. There's no reason that they had to let it go all the way across the U.S. Film all sorts of sensitive locations. Yeah, there's your collusion. That's exactly what it was, Deborah. They're spying on us. They were flying over military bases. They were clearly able to steer the thing. Well, they said there was nothing there, but there's no recordings or anything like that. But I remember talking to my mom about that. That thing was feeding live telemetry to China. You don't launch a balloon like that and then store the data on it and try and retrieve the balloon. That thing was feeding live telemetry to China. You don't launch a balloon like that and then store the data on it and try and retrieve the balloon. You set that thing up so it's feeding telemetry to you constantly. So whatever it flew over, they knew it was there. Whatever. I don't want to talk about that. I don't know. Anyway, I think I put my 2 hours in. I got to go do a vlog today. Uh, Maybe experiment with an ice cream maker, see what we can come up with, and we'll go from there. So thanks everyone for watching. Thank you, especially Susan, for all the Amazon wish list stuff. I appreciate that very much. Rusty, if you're interested, um, go check out my Amazon wish list. The list is on the front page, right next to the PayPal and the Patreon links. It's there, and if you want to contribute that way, it's very much appreciated. So anyway, that's all that I have for today. Thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next week. Good night.